What I have for sale is a 1971 VW Westphalia bus. Just wanted to show you a few things about it. I believe it's the original color, which is Cianti red. I can't pronounce it, but it's a 71 VW bus color. Not sure where the wheels came from. They do match the bus. They're not perfect, but the red kind of does match the bus. Show you some of the interior. What I've done is taken some 1995 Camry seats and installed them in the bus. I had the original seats in here, but they were not very comfortable to sit on. They had a bunch of holes and the springs are coming through, so I just decided to go ahead and mount some in. These give you adjustability. You can adjust the lumbar support and everything like that, and they have front and back adjustment. You can slide it forward if you need to. One of the things I did want to show is that the floorboards up front, which typically rust out in these buses, are very clean. There's a little surface rust, but nothing major. Matter of fact, this bus came out of Amarillo, Texas, which I've got one of the original VW certificates there that show from Gene Messer, Volkswagen in Amarillo. So this bus luckily came from a dry environment, and that's the reason why I don't think there's a lot of rust in it. There's a little bit of rust. You can see behind the front wheels right there, and I'll show you the other side, just a little bit, but there's no rust through on any of the panels. Looking down through there. It's not a perfect bus. It's got, the paint is kind of a little dull. I'm sure it could be buffed if somebody really wanted to spend some time on it. Take you around here and show you some also pictures. Like all bus owners, we decided to put a lot of our decals on them. Here's the engine. Now the engine was rebuilt 3,000 miles ago by a professional Volkswagen shop called Polk's Bug Shop in Muldrow, Oklahoma. Philip Neiman did a wonderful job on this thing. It is just a standard 1600. It's got the original oil bath air cleaner on it. Battery was new in 2020, I believe. I've got all the receipts on all that. All the receipts on all my repair work. It runs great, doesn't use any oil. Gets right on down the highway. Now, as far as the interior, the covers, I have the foam for the covers, but I don't have, the original covers wore off a long time ago. So we just got some blankets over it. We kind of had some curtains made by brother and sister-in-law. There's a full-size brand new spare under this cover. All the tires are 8-ply tires that were put on, I believe, summer of 2018. These buses, you don't want to run passenger car tires on them because of, if you ever get one in a windy situation, you'll know what I'm talking about. Here's the side. Like I said, it's not a perfect bus. It's got its little warts like all buses do, 53 years old. This window right here is a little loose. Yeah, you can hear it right there. It's the weather stripping is just probably the original, just kind of old and cracked and everything, but nothing major. Here's the bottom edge, maybe a little paint worn off there. Here we go. Here's the passenger side. I installed an AM/FM CD player that is Bluetooth compatible in here. Got one of the I think they call it Chug and Go coolers, and I do have the ashtray that fits in that spot. Does have remote control for the stereo also. Of course, I've got the mandatory hula girl on the front on the dash. There is a crack in the windshield over on the passenger side, nothing major, but doesn't really affect anything. There's the interior. Looking from there, it's got the fold-up picnic table. Now, this does not have the canvas. Let me open this side door for you. The door rolls nice and straight and true. but it does not have the canvas. When you open this top up, the canvas went away years ago. I never bothered to put one in. We've never camped in it. So that's something that would need to be done if somebody wanted to go camping and you wanted to raise the roof. But I put the flooring in this several years ago just to kind of give it a nice touch. I'm not a professional by any means, but this is some flooring that my mom had left over from her house, and I thought it just kind of looked nice. It could be taken up very easily if somebody didn't want to leave it down. We kind of went with a Route 66 theme when we were kind of decorating the bus up. Here's a little surfboard we got on vacation down in Pensacola. But it's got the fold-out bed that works just fine. The under storage area here. I believe it's got one seat belt in the middle here that's functional. And also on the jump seat here, there is a seat belt here that works with that. And there's one of the speakers, and then the other speakers in the side of the cabinet here. And it's got the cabinet here on the side. It does have the mirror still after all these years. More storage, spare quart of oil. Overall, it's a nice running bus, very comfortable to ride in. Doesn't have, like I said, many of the rust places that typically these buses have around the front windshield. A little bit of minor here, but nothing major. No rot through that you'll have to go in and spend a lot of money repairing. The nose is pretty nice on it. No major dents or anything. I changed the headlights out to those H4 headlights. They're not super bright like today's modern LEDs, but they do the job. Here's the underside of the bus, the front. I'll try as best I can to show you up around and through here. Show you everything. When Philip did all the work on the bus, he did put a new center link in here, right here. Also a brand new brake booster. He went through all the brakes, made sure everything's working good. As the most people know, that the 71 was the first year that they offered disc brakes on a bus. It's the last year they also had the upright standard bug engine before they went to the bigger Porsche style engine. Here's a close-up of one of the tires. These are 8-ply tires. The brand on them is Thunder or Ranger. I got them off Amazon. You know, they're just a real good heavy tire. Now a lot of guys run the General Grabbers, and those are very good tire. I've got those on my thing, but they're a very good wearing tire. This bus is only, since I've owned it, I bought it in 2018. I've only put 3,000 miles on it, so it doesn't have a lot of miles on those tires. Okay, this is the passenger side. I wanted to show you right behind that front wheel. You can see, there you go. You can see there's a little bit of rust right there on the inside of that. Like I said, no major rust through, but there's a little bit there. The rest of the wheel well looks pretty good. Let's take you under the bottom here and see. You can see it's a pretty solid bus. It's hard to get under these buses. Okay, here I am under the bus, just kind of showing the bottom of it, showing there's no major rust through or anything like that. You're welcome to come look at it and crawl around underneath it, on top of it, or whatever you'd like to do. Get up from underneath this thing here. Sorry for the jiggly video. I'm not great at these things. But anyway, I'm located in Alma, Arkansas. I'm asking $19,500 for the bus, but I will entertain offers on it. I'd really like for this thing to go to a good home. It's always been stored inside my shop here, never left outside, never been tampered with or anything since I've owned it. Just a good solid bus. So if this is what you're looking for, this is not a bus you'll have to spend a lot of money on to get it roadworthy. It's roadworthy right now. It's ready to go. So if you are interested, get in touch with me and we'll see about letting you look at it, okay? Thank you.